Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a message that we received from TikTok, and it reads like this. Brother Nashim, how are you? I'm writing this message from Umhlanga, but I feel like I am suffocating even though I'm living a comfortable life. When you see me, you might see a 41-year-old woman looking like I am in my 20s, driving a Range Rover. I just changed the model of the car that I am driving, wearing labels that most of you people see only on TV. I'm someone else's goals. They don't know that my goals, they are written in blood of my own flesh and blood. I am a Zulu woman. I was raised with the respect to respect my ancestors. My grandmother, she was a Sangoma, so I knew already how to speak with my ancestors, and this is what has brought me here. I'm not saying that the ancestors are bad, but once you start to tell yourself that you can get whatever that you want from the spiritual world, and then you can use it in this physical realm, things might happen, things that are bad to you, just like what happened to me. I let my greed turn me into a monster. Instead of just speaking with my ancestors like any normal South African should do, going to a Sangoma just to hear what your ancestors want you to do, but I would go to the Sangomas to force my ancestors to give me what I wanted at that time. It was 12 years ago. I was at this other high-end hair salon in Dubarn. I had been struggling for quite some time. It started with my baby daddy. He was someone that was always in trouble with the law. He was always in and out of prison. And one thing about him that bothered me is that he did not want me to date other men, and he was someone that was not employed. He would give me money now and then. If he sees that I am working at a shop, there was a time that I was working at Pep, and when I was working there, he thought that maybe I was dating another guy that was also working there, so he stopped me from working, and I had a good job. The salary was not that much, but I was able to take care of myself as well as my child, and he stopped me from going to work. He would wake up in the morning, and if he would see me going to work, he would block me, saying that you're not going to work, until I got fired. So I was desperate. I just wanted someone that could help me. I was struggling. I went to this other high-end hair salon in Dubarn because I still wanted to look nice so that other men can give me money. Brother Nashim, I was a single mother to a beautiful 2-year-old girl whom I'll call Lindiwe. I wanted the soft life so bad I could taste it. My hairdresser back then, she was a woman whom I'll call Chiamaka. She was Nigerian. She always had money. There were times when I would go to borrow money from her. She always had stacks of cash and lived a life that did not match her salary as a hairstylist. One day, whilst she was stitching in my weave, she leaned in and whispered and gave me a piece of advice after I had been complaining to her about what my boyfriend had been doing. I had recently found a Nigerian guy whom I was dating. Then he found out that there was a Nigerian guy that I was dating, and he did not want me to continue seeing that Nigerian guy. So he went to that Nigerian guy's place and he started threatening the guy, telling him that if he continued dating me, then he was going to do something bad to that Nigerian, including his business. So I was really stuck, guys. I really did not know what else I could do with my life. So I was busy speaking with this Nigerian friend of mine, telling her everything that had been happening in my life, which I felt was so wrong, and I was blaming my baby daddy for everything. She leaned in and she whispered and she was like, "My sister, why are you struggling when you have so much beauty? Do you know that with your beauty, you can own this whole city? I have a papa in Nigeria who can open doors that no man can ever touch." I was desperate. Within 2 weeks, I was on a flight to Lagos. you know what I did? I slept with a Indian man who was very weird. Like, he was socially awkward, but he had money. It was Chiamaka who told me about this Indian man who owns a hardware to this very day in Durban, and he only enjoys to sleep with black women, but he has to sleep with you like anal, if you understand what I'm talking about. I don't know why, but with his wife, I asked him and I said, is this how you sleep with your wife? And he said, no. And I said, yo, so you only sleep with black women like this? And he said, yes. And I said, doesn't that make you sort of like a racist? And he said, no, I just enjoy that, because if I was racist against black people, I would not even attempt to do what I do not do with my wife. So he was just weird like that. And when I spoke with Chiamaka about this, she said, girl, since I am going to Nigeria, this is your only opportunity for you to go with me to Nigeria. You have to sleep with this guy. We went to a hotel, me and the Indian dude, and he broke my virginity like on the same tomb, and he slept with me and he paid me good money. And after he had paid me good money, that was when we booked a flight to Lagos, then a long bumpy drive into a village, deep into the villages of Nigeria, like the ones that they don't show you in the African movies. We then arrived at this other village, and when we arrived there, I saw that this papa, whom I thought was a pastor, was actually a sangoma. That is where this papa came from Nigerian sangomas. It did not even look like a sangoma. It was like he was a priest from the Roman Catholic Church. That was what he was wearing, those things that the Pope wear. He told me that if I wanted to become rich in Durban, if I wanted to be the Queen of Durban, to live the life that I wanted, I had to show his gods that I was serious. He took me to a village cemetery, a place where there were a lot of graves, and he told me that I was supposed to sleep there for 5 days. So this was what I used to do. Sleep for 5 days. He told me no food, only water from the stream, and if I can survive the night terrors, then all the wealth will find me. Bro Nash, those 5 days, they changed me. During the day, I would walk back to his compound because there would be people walking around, so it was not good for me to be seen hanging around the graveyards. But at night, they would accompany me and leave me at the graveyard. And each and every time I was there, it was so scary, especially the first night. I would feel hands that were pulling at my clothes. The second night, I heard Lindi's voice calling me as if she was also buried in that cemetery. By the fifth night, I was not scared anymore. I was just used to everything that was happening. When I crawled out of that cemetery, I was not a mother anymore. I was like a soldier for the occultic satanic kingdom now. And my instructions, they were clear by the time that I returned back to Durban. The sacrifice, in brackets, had to be the thing that I loved the most. I told myself that I was supposed to do this sacrifice for my own future. I told myself that my daughter, I was not supposed to be worried about her because she would be in a better place than the life that she was living. As well as Yamaga told me that she had also sacrificed 2 of her daughters before she had left Nigeria, coming to South Africa. One night, I did what Chiamaka and the papa told me to do. I won't give the details because I'm scared, bro, because I still can't breathe when I think about it. But my daughter never woke up, and they said that it was just sudden death. And I knew that my daughter had been my sacrifice. The next week, the money started coming into my life. I met a blesser at a lounge. I met this one who gave me 50K just for being with him throughout the night. Sexually, I felt so different on that night. I performed as if I was a porn star. The things that I was doing to this man, it was like when we entered into that hotel room, I saw a woman that was so beautiful. She was a white woman. She came and she entered into me. And when I went into the bath, after I had finished bathing, I left my blesser. He was sitting on the couch that was in that room. When I got out of the bathroom, He looked at me. He nearly dropped his wine glass. He was like, wow, are you the same woman that I brought from the club? And I said, why? I'm the one. And then he said, turn around. I want to see something. And he thought that I had this beautiful dragon tattoo that was on my buttocks, because he kept on kissing my left buttock, saying that there was a tattoo, but I never had a dragon tattoo on my buttocks done on me. I only have a small butterfly. I won't tell you where this tattoo is. And he was like, you are the most amazing woman that I have ever seen, standing naked in front of me. And he gave me money. I slept with him. That man cried whilst I was underneath, and he was on top of me. The way that I was holding him, he said, I'm feeling like divorcing my wife. Oh, how I wish I could divorce my wife right now. Only that if I divorce her, then the business will have to be shut down. He literally cried. He even had tears that were streaming down his face, saying that I was doing things to him that no woman had ever done before. Then came the house, the cars. And 12 years later, I'm still being haunted by the things that I have been doing. So I have a snake that won't stop biting me. Brother Nashi, this is my reality. It is not a vibe. I am living this kind of a life. You see, the contract that I signed in Nigeria, in that Nigerian village, requires maintenance. If you do not maintain it, then the wealth does not stay with you. I have to feed this contract with my own blood after sacrificing my daughter. Every month, when my moon cycle, my periods start, I have to go to the cemetery at midnight. Whilst some of you women are home resting, I'll be stripping naked in a graveyard. I even go, sometimes I can drive to a village that no one even knows me in that village. And if I see that it is possible for me to go to the cemetery, I can go to the cemetery and then I can just do my thing in that cemetery. And this has to be done each and every month without fail. I'm not supposed to be seen by someone that is mentally okay. If a mad person or a drug addict sees me in the graves, there is no problem. But once I will be seen by someone inside the grave doing my thing, I was told that I'll start to run mad, going around running mad and removing all of my clothes. So that is what terrifies me the most. So before I move to any village to do my rituals, I make sure that I see what is going on. I have a couple of villages where I am renting rooms. Like, these are villages that are very far even from the Durban city. I rent out a room even though I don't stay there. I can just go and pretend that I am working somewhere far. I usually wear like normal clothes, and then I look for a room, and I'll be staying at a certain house, and I tell that person that I work as a stay-in, so I won't be coming back each and every time. And when it is time for me to do my rituals, because I would have seen that the village, they have a grave, and at that graveyard there is no one that usually moves around at night, I take my herbs. I have a mixture of herbs that I have to constantly buy from Nigerian sangomas. Those are the only herbs that I have to use. And then I go there and I take graveyard soil during my cycle, and then I will start to wash myself at night. And when I am done, I am supposed to take that soil where I would be bathing the mud, I put it inside a small plastic bag. It sounds disgusting. It sounds like madness, but that is how I keep the blessers in my life. They will be under my spell. So in my house at all the times, I have this mud that I take from the graveyards. And when I walk into a room after a ritual, every wealthy man in that building will become like a puppet to me. They will see me and they would want to give me everything, their bank card, their car keys, to divorce their wives. Like I told you what my first blesser really wanted to do for me, even though he was scared that if we get divorced, then he was going to lose a lot. But my brother, there is a photo that I will send to you, and I want you to look at that photo again and again. Brother, there are things that I have done in my life that now makes me to look as if I am not normal. There was one day when I nearly drove out of my house, I was only wearing a t-shirt. And when I saw that I was only wearing a t-shirt, I wanted to go to the mall. I don't know what was going to happen. I'm sure that I was going to trend on that day, and everyone was going to find out that I am a ritualist walking around with only a t-shirt, no panties, nothing, even though I am enjoying money. But these men that I sleep with, I'm like a parasite to them because they also take bad luck from me. I am 41 years old now. I have lived 12 years enjoying life, but I have not had a peaceful night's sleep since 2014. I regularly see Lindiwe, my daughter, in my dreams almost every night. She's not a baby anymore. In my dreams, she is grown up, and she comes to me and she asks me why I have decided to choose soft life and to choose this, what I do, to go and bath myself at the graves. I want to repent. I want to go to the mountains. I want to find a powerful Zion priest to wash this off from me. I want to go back to being a normal woman, but I am terrified. Jamaica warned me before she moved back to Nigeria. And she said, the moment that you stop the rituals, the spirits, that will take everything back that they gave you. They will take everything, your beauty, even you running mad, and your life. I am afraid that if I repent, I will wake up tomorrow looking like an 80-year-old woman, or that I will end up in a mental asylum in Town Hill. But I am more afraid of what happens if I die. If I die with this contract, I know that I will find Lindiwe, my daughter, in the afterlife. I know that I will be a servant to the Papa, that Nigerian Sangoma. And 26 is just around the corner, and I wish that God is going to save me. I am ready to lose everything, but I'm scared as well to return back to the shack where I used to stay. Please, when you post my story, tell me. I'll follow you in the comment section. You're no longer posting these days regularly like you used to on TikTok. Your dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our DM sister who sent her message. It has been a while now that she sent her message. Apologies for not sharing that confession in time, but this is the confession that she did send to us. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. The things that people will do just to become rich. Imagine once you are in that graveyard, then you are doing your thing, then all of a sudden you see a person, and then that person sees you. You start to run mad. She nearly drove out of her house while she was only wearing a t-shirt. She wanted to go to the mall. Let us speak with her in the comment section.